getting the head start.
Voting is underway.
I think it's great that people are turning out and voting.
Caplin News is live as early voting begins for the presidential election. Finding the solution.
We collect water samples.
FIU hosts a citizen science event. A South Florida business celebrates an important milestone.
50 years later, we're still here, so.
After being open for half a century. And a triumphant return.
To host an event like this is monumental.
After a hiatus due to the pandemic. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm David Lascano.
And I'm Alejandro Marquina. Today is Monday, October 21st, 2024.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Early voting begins today in both Miami-Dade and Broward County. Among the places where early voters began casting their ballots this morning is the North Miami Public Library.
And our Caplin News reporter Nicolette Esper is standing outside the library this morning where voters are lining up. How's everything looking, Nikki?
Good morning. Today marks the day for early voting beginning at Miami-Dade County. We are at the North Miami Public Library where residents are coming out all day and week to cast their vote ahead of the upcoming election. With less than 2 weeks until Election Day, early voting is expected to play a crucial role in determining the outcome. Voter turnout is already on the rise in Miami-Dade, and polling numbers are now showing that the race is currently head-to-head. Political analysts say this could be one of the closest elections in recent memory.
Early voting is underway, so get everyone you know and go out and vote.
I think it's great that people are turning out and voting and being active.
Across the county, many polling locations have been set up, and Miami-Dade residents are encouraged to take advantage of the early voting period, which runs through November 3rd. Whether you're looking to come on out today or waiting until the last moment, every vote is critical as Miami-Dade County continues to prepare for an election that is constantly showing to be a major impact on the nation. Stay with us as we continue to update you with leading updates to the election day. For now, we're live in North Miami. For Caplin News, I'm Nicolette Esper.
Memorials span across the globe this morning for former One Direction member Liam Payne. He died in Buenos Aires. One of the recent tributes was Saturday in New York City. It was a night of grief for hundreds of fans who came together and held up candles and flashlights in memory of Payne.
And a tragedy for all the One Direction fans, but we're changing gears. Rising concerns this morning over climate change. Saturday was the 9th annual Sea Level Solutions Day. As Caplin Julian's David reports, the project was hosted in Coconut Grove, where participants helped scientists find local solutions for flooding.
I'm here at the Campong in Coconut Grove, where regular people across South Florida are gathered here to do some science and collect real data that has effects on real people in their community across Miami-Dade. That's what Saturday was all about here at the Campong in Coconut Grove, where Florida International University and its partners held the 9th annual Sea Level Solutions Day. It's a citizen science project that aims to get the community involved in data collection that helps scientists understand how flooding is and will affect Miami-Dade County. After a briefing of the tools in their citizen science kits and the app they would report their info to, teams were then sent out to various locations in the county to collect their samples. I joined a team heading out to a site in northeast Coconut Grove where flooding has been so bad in the past, the city of Miami always has a pump here on standby.
Yes. We collect water samples. We use this refractometer to test for salinity in the water. And also collect small little samples for E. coli testing. And there's a small reagent at the bottom of the bottle that is supposed to change colors if E. coli is present.
Yeah.
Likely not E. coli present, but obviously maybe not in quantities large enough for us to see. But they'll take it back to the lab and do testing and see if there, the level of bacteria there is in the sample.
Once the samples are collected, they're analyzed in a lab, which will measure various types of data from salinity to even E. coli bacteria, which typically results from fecal contamination. Although the two groups that we followed today didn't report any major flooding, participants still stress the fact that just because major flooding was not reported today doesn't mean those communities at those sites are safe from flooding tomorrow, next week, or even 10 years from now. Reporting from Coconut Grove for Caplin News, I'm Julian Davis.
Now, a troubling discovery in southeast waters. Bottlenose dolphins are now inhaling microplastics. Scientists say it's the first time harmful particles have been found in the breath of these marine mammals off the coast of Louisiana and Florida. While previous studies show animals ingesting microplastics, this discovery raises new concerns about how airborne plastics affect the long health of marine life.
And now we're making a leap through the Atlantic Ocean and into Italy, where a new law this morning would prohibit Italian couples who travel abroad to have a baby via surrogacy. The law, which was approved last week, intends to criminalize surrogacy tourism in other countries. Activists claim the rule targets same-sex couples who wish to become parents, as they may face up to $1 million in fines and 2 years of jail time. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni of the Conservative Party, who proposed the law, called surrogacy inhuman, saying it treats kids like supermarket products.
A new milestone for local shops celebrating its 50th anniversary. Caplin News reporter Emma Alonso has more on the story.
When the big box stores came out, that was the end of mom and pop shops. When LASIK came out 20 years ago, it was the end of opticals and stuff like that. And 50 years later, we're still here. So,
glasses, an accessory to some, but to others helps with one of the most important senses we have, sight.
It is one thing to have a business last for 5, 10, or even 15 years. But here at Cepero Eye Care Center, a family-owned optical, they have made the big 50 milestone. And what is one better way to celebrate it than by having their longest-standing patients and reps come together to commemorate this milestone?
Established in 1974, Ana Cepero and Serapio Cepero opened up a counter with an array of glasses to pick from at her father's drugstore. With then, they had a vision to strive for more.
It's our service and our compassion for people and to service our customers and friends.
Their son, Dr. Ernesto Cepero, now runs the optical, continuing the family legacy. For 50 years, they have served the Miami community, helping anyone who has walked through their doors, from swapping out lenses to their routine eye exam.
I think how you treat people. I've always made it a point to always treat people like if they were my cousin or my mom or my grandmother sitting in the chair. And so it's all about how you treat people, and that's what people remember, you know. And so I think that's very important to me, at least. They keep coming back. They come back for a reason, you know. If people don't like how you treat them, they're never going to come back. So.
With hard work and dedication, their well-deserved celebration was filled with friends and family, including those patients who have continued visiting their business throughout all this time.
It feels like a big milestone. I've been through a lot of personal hurdles, and we have survived. So, yeah, I am very proud of what I have achieved.
Located in 1705 Coral Way in Miami, Florida, you can find your next eye exam here at Cepero Eye Care Center. Reporting for Caplin News, this is Emma Alonso.
If you're a young adult struggling to find work in the U.S., recent data confirms a new wave of unemployment. According to the Labor Department, the share of employed Americans between 20 and 24 years of age declined the most out of any age group in the last month. Some economists have blamed the Great Stay phenomenon, where companies are slow to hire and slow to fire.
Optimism soars following the latest round of strike negotiations at Boeing.
The members are taking in consideration a sweet deal that's still ahead, and so is the story.
An event like this is monumental. You know, every day someone is struggling with something that we don't know about, and so for NAMI to have a film festival that allows people to express their art through film, it's just an amazing experience.
A film festival in South Florida focuses on mental health. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Film spotlighting mental health were on display over the weekend. The festival was held at the Dennis Moss Cultural Arts Center in Cutler Bay.
Caplin News reporter Hannah Spence has a front row seat to the story.
I'm at the Real Minds Miami Film Festival that's backed after a hiatus of a few years. It's a unique opportunity to showcase and raise compassion for mental health in a fun and creative way.
The National Alliance on Mental Health presented the Real Minds Miami Mental Health Film Festival at the Dennis C. Moss Cultural Arts Center in Cutler Bay. The event showcased an array of short films that focused on mental disorders such as anxiety and depression, as well as less talked about emotional phases such as empty nest syndrome.
NAMI Miami does a great job with really explaining and helping people coping with their mental health issues. As an artist, I've dealt with copious amounts of mental health issues, coming down to having anxiety, panic attacks, also feeling shame for wanting to be an artist, and wanting to be a filmmaker.
To host an event like this is monumental. Every day someone is struggling with something that we don't know about, and so for NAMI to have a film festival that allows people to express their art through film, it's just an amazing experience.
The film festival also incorporated vendors and exercises that promoted good mental health.
Your mind and memory, so Alzheimer's, dementia as well. And so we're partaking and trying to share awareness for everyone that participates in this event today. Your mind is very important. Think about mental health, think about your mind. People are affected. There's a lot of people that lose their minds and memory, and we should be aware of those situations and try to get them a better quality of life.
All the films shown were gratifying, but notable projects are My Week with Charlie and the environmentally focused Feeling the Apocalypse.
So that's all the time we have for today, but we'll be back next year. I'm Hannah Spence with Caplin News.
The 5-week-long strike at Boeing could come to an end after the International Association of Machinists announced a tentative deal with its 33,000 striking members. The offer is set to increase wages by 35% over the 4-year contract, with a $7,000 signing bonus and an increased contribution to the members' 401k plans. The deal still needs an approval for its rank-and-file members, who are expected to vote this Wednesday.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other,
On a deeper level. Father.
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward. Come together
And discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
And that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Alejandro Marquina.
And I'm David Lascano. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.